Hello everybody, Megami here, back at it again to give you another very exciting video. And for today, you know what, I just finished another session with Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and you know what, I just cut off my Switch and I just started to think to myself, you know what, this is the last game we're getting from Nintendo in terms of their IPs for the year 2020, and I was starting to scratch my head and think, you know what in the world do we have on the line in the future for 2021? Because, you know, usually around this time every year, from December to moving to January, you know what, thinking about what's coming up next on the Switch is sort of kind of a mystery, especially for first party wise. It might be a little well known for third parties, but sometimes even that's like a hit or miss or whatever though. And then I just started thinking, I was like, well, we have a few games coming out in December though, and some big ones that, you know, came out left field just a moment ago, which I'll talk about a little later in the video though. But you know, I just started thinking, you know what, why don't I just sit down and talk about all the things that we do know that's coming out in 2021, some things that, you know, might have been rumored, speculated, and then my own predictions. So that's what I'm going to basically talk about within this video today. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and figure out exactly what could be in store for the Switch in the year of 2021. So the way I'm going to break this video up is I'm going to first start off with the confirmed games that we have at least, you know, confirmed solid release dates for, or at least windows for. And then from there, I'm going to talk about the to be determined games that are still planned for the year of 2021. And then moving to the rumor games, and then as well as some of my own predictions. So we're going to go from there. So starting off with the confirmed games, you know, at the very beginning of the year, it doesn't seem like we have any confirmed January games to start off the year off. You know, coming off of the holidays and stuff, I usually don't expect a lot. Usually we might have had a Wii U port that might have, you know, made it up into there, but I think our Wii U ports are going to probably be saved for maybe a little bit later on in the year, but I'll get to that when we get there in the video though. But first, we have Bravely Default 2 coming out in February, and then along with that, we also have Mario 3D World also in the month of February. So right off the bat, you know, we got our Wii U port. It wasn't in January, but it was in February, and we probably have some more Wii U ports coming out later in the year. And then we also have Bravely Default 2, a game that we might have thought might have came within last year, within 2020, but I think probably got pushed all the way over to 2021. They want to kind of perfect it and stuff, and then, you know, of course, due to real world events as well, you know, things just happened, so it just kind of got pushed back to probably that early time though. But I think, you know what, for the most part, I think Bravely Default 2 would do a fairly good job. There's always that audience there for anybody that's been a fan of, you know, Octopath Travelers or played the first Bravely Default game. This is definitely the game for you, and honestly, I have to keep an eye out on it. There was a demo on the Switch where you're able to kind of, you know, play it, give feedback back to Square Enix, and then from there they were able to make some tweaks, and they even, you know, they came out with that back within the last Nintendo partner showcase recently, and they kind of gave an update within there though. So, you know, those are the first two games that are kicking off February. And then in the very next month, you have Monster Hunter Rise. This is a game I've been highly anticipating and been really wanting to, you know, get my hands on, because for me personally, Monster Hunter hasn't been kind of one of those go-to series that Capcom has been making. I've been more of an Ace Attorney fan, which I got to talk about that a little later in the video though. But honestly, Monster Hunter never really clicked with me, but that water bug has me super interested, the way how you kind of zip around, move really fast around. So yeah, so that's basically what we had confirmed within March of 2021. And then moving on, we have Shin Megami Tensei 3. Now this, we don't have a solid, you know, concrete date, you know, month, day, year, but we do know the window frame, and it's supposed to be coming out in the spring, because actually, you know, for Japan, they already have this game and it's already out, you know, in the Japanese eShop, or you can buy it in Japan itself and import it if you really so want to though. But the game's already out for Japan, and we're just waiting for it to get localized and brought over here to the West for that spring window though. So we do know that that game is coming. And then the other thing, and this is when things start to kind of, you know, flow over to our, you know, to be determined side a little bit, but I thought I'm gonna go ahead and mention it since I'm right here at the topic. Shin Megami Tensei 5, and that just has a release window of 2021. We don't know exactly where in the world that will fall in, whether that be, you know, spring, summer, fall, or winter, but you know what, I would say for me, if I had to go with my gut feeling, I'm thinking that's most likely going to line up within the fall. So it'd be kind of closer to the, the holiday sales and stuff. If I had to take a gut feeling check, I feel like it might be October, or very well it could be a summer game. I feel like summer or the fall is probably most likely the window frame that they're probably going to shoot and aim for, because we know this game was, announced way back in 2017, before the Switch was actually launched back in that January presentation though. But to think that we're finally going to be able to have this game after, almost 3+ years of waiting for this thing, oh gosh, it was about time. It was about time. And then now this is where we get really into the window frames, where we don't have an actual, month day, but we can sort of kind of approximate exactly, when the window frame actually will happen though. So we do have Monster Hunter Stories 2 that has been confirmed, and it's going to be coming sometime within that summer block. And that's another one from Capcom, and another surprise one we got back within the last partner showcase though. And honestly, it could be May, it could be June, or it could be July. I'm thinking it's got to be probably one of those few months, given the fact that hopefully if COVID doesn't push anything back, not even with this game, but any of the other games as well, you got to keep that in mind though. So I have Monster Hunter Stories. I'll just throw out a guess out here, maybe June, whatever, the third week in June, the third Friday. I'll just go with that, third Friday in June. That's just my little bet after that. Probably a little bit after, where E3 probably will happen. That's just my gut feeling check though. Then the next game is Neo: The World Ends With You. Whole freaking shoot, heck to the yes. Oh man, I've been waiting for this game. Oh shoot, I really love The World Ends With You, the original one that was actually, ported over, remastered on the Switch. I had that extra New Day up on there though. Oh gosh, I just really like the style, definitely the music. Oh my goodness. Now the controls did feel a little bit off, because for the most part I was playing it with handheld mode, because I want that little bit more precision rather than the Joy-Con dealing with the gyro and stuff and having it slowly drift off. But man, oh man, it was about time that we had this, and we had a little tease at the very end of the first game that there could be something along with the second one. But then having that and then the anime come along, man, things are just really shaping up well for that, for this game to come out within the summertime. If I had to pick a guess, it's probably May, June, or July. The anime comes out in the spring. I'll say May. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I think it's it's kind of getting closer to finish. So I'm gonna say May for that though. But we do know it's coming out within the summer time frame though. So that's it for that. And then the last game that we know that has a somewhat sort of kind of a window frame is No More Heroes 3. That game, gosh, it's been teased for the longest time ever. And honestly, we had that latest tease back within the last Nintendo Partner Showcase. And this, actually, I'm digging this game a little bit more so than what I probably would have. More so compared to, looking at 1 and 2 on the Switch, which they also dropped on the Switch eShop now, though, if you want to check those out, though. But honestly, you know what? I feel like COVID probably pushed that one back, because I feel like that was a game that should have been ready for 2020 but got pushed back to 2021. And I will say, you know what, if we get that winter sometime, Nintendo Direct, I mean, gosh, like it's been well over a year since we had the last general Direct, so I'll think maybe a normal mini Direct, or if it happens to be a regular Direct, I wouldn't say January, don't get your hopes up for that. And it could be February, or it could be March, or they could push it all the way out to April though. But I think whatever the first Direct of the year is, I feel like we might get a little information on it. If we do, I feel like that launch is probably right around the corner within the next couple of months. So if I had to guess, it might happen, I wouldn't say summer. I don't think spring, that might be a little too close, but I'm thinking summer. Fall at the latest, but I'm thinking summer. I think it's almost there. It's almost there, and it's almost ready for the taking though. But I think it's just roasting in the oven just a little bit more, just getting a little crispy out on the outside. Just trying to get them fine finishing touches though. But I feel like that's where No More Heroes 3 is at, and that's basically all the stuff we basically have confirmed as hardcore release windows or actual dates for 2021. Now here comes some of the other stuff that we that has a to be determined date that could happen this year, could happen next year, or could happen years later on. And one of the ones I had on my list, but recently just actually had a confirmed release date, was Doom Eternal for the Nintendo Switch, and actually that dropped out is dropping out on December. So I was like, oh shoot, I was like, yeah, got to be kidding me, December 8th to be exact. And I was like, okay, that was a game that I was thinking that might have came in 2021, but that's coming in 2020, so I have to scratch that one off my list. So the true real one that's going to be a to be determined day is Bayonetta 3. Okay, you know what, this game was announced at the last, you know, Game Awards and whatnot though, and I doubt they'll show it again at this Game Awards that's about to come up within the next week or so. But you know what, I had no idea about Bayonetta 3 and where it actually stands at, and I was like, goodness, like I'm just like, I have to see it to believe it on that one though. I can't even give an honest prediction or a window frame for when that comes out, but I can almost guarantee you, if it does come out in 2021, it would be in the fall part of the year. It would definitely be October, November, or December. Probably December, knowing it's bad luck. But honestly, with Bayonetta 3, don't get your hopes up if it doesn't happen in 2021, because shoot, I just don't know when that game's gonna happen. And then next will be Metroid Prime 4 in the same avenue as Bayonetta 3. You know what? I highly doubt this game's gonna come out in 2021. However, would it get a tease? That's a big question. And if we did get a tease, it would be at E3 of 2021. Assuming if we have E3 or some kind of event, if there's like a major event, unlike what we had in 2020 where we didn't have like any big presentation from Nintendo or anything like that because of COVID. But if we were to have some kind of E3 event or some big digital event, if we were going to get a tease from Metroid Prime 4, it will be in that presentation. No ifs, ands, nors, or buts, because they just been keeping this thing on the down low. We've been hearing about multiple different hires about the game though, but nothing else outside of that. Now, the biggest thing I feel like that could come within 2021 is Breath of the Wild 2. We just had, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, the prequel to Breath of the Wild that just dropped in November of this year though. But could Breath of the Wild 2 drop out next year? A lot of people saying yes, some people could say no. For me, I'm thinking I'm on the fence. If it does drop out next year, it will be holiday, or it can go into March of 2022. I'm thinking somewhere between the holiday and March of 2022. I think that's exactly where it wants to be. Now, some people are concerned about Breath of the Wild 2 with the way how Mr. Onuma came up at the front of the presentation of when they first announced Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity and said, you know what, it's taking us a little bit longer, but you know what, we're still working on it. Look forward to it though. But in the meantime, have Age of the Calamity. So some people have been a little bit worried based upon those words alone though. But you know what? I feel like there's nothing, to be afraid about or anything like that. Like, it's going to take its time. And the big thing I think with Breath of the Wild 2 is how in the world do you make it feel unique and special with that sequel and make it not be the original Breath of the Wild, which, you know what, if you're still fighting within the same Hyrule, unless you have something crazy where it's like you're fighting on the ground or something, or finding hidden dungeons underneath or something like that. I feel like they're trying to make the story better, because that's the one thing I did like with Age of Calamity as compared to the original Breath of the Wild, is how story focused it was. So maybe they're focused more on the story, using that same engine from Breath of the Wild, a little bit beefed up from like the Hyrule Warriors engine that they have going with Koei Tecmo right now though, and trying to form something better for that though. But on the topic of Breath of the Wild, or just Legend of Zelda in general, Legend of Zelda's 35th anniversary is next year. In the same avenue as with the Mario 35th anniversary that's happening in 2020, I'm expecting Nintendo's gonna do something for the 35th anniversary of Legend of Zelda. If you even look back at the 25th anniversary for Mario, you can look back with that and say, you know what, with Mario, if you just look at the amiibos, they had like, Mario 25th anniversary amiibos, and they had like a whole different brand of that. They turned around the very next day and had the Majora's Mask amiibo, the Ocarina of Time, the Twilight Princess ones, the Wolf Link, and you had all of that different kind of stuff though. And honestly, you know what, that makes me think, it was that, and then they also released some other cool Zelda games in that year. They even released Skyward Sword during that year as well though. But in the same avenue as what has been previously done with Mario, I think there's a high likely chance that we could get some Legend of Zelda content, even a lot more, within the year 2021. So I'm thinking, we could get an Ocarina of Time port, we could get Majora's Mask, and I feel like if they did that, they'll probably bundle those two together. Now bear with me, this is what I'm thinking right now. And then in terms of Twilight Princess as well as Wind Waker, I think they could put those two together as one package. Now, some people might be thinking, wait a minute, well, what about Skyward Sword? Because I know some people have been thinking, why not just bundle together Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword all within the same package? But to that I say, Skyward Sword has not received this HD remake, just not yet. And Nintendo knows good and well, being a business, thinking from a business point perspective, they know they can full well make that HD version, because there's not an HD version out there, sell it separately for a full $60 and people are gonna eat it up. I'm on the verge of thinking, should I double dip on that? Because I'm looking over here at my Wii over here, and I do have the original Skyward Sword over there though, but man, just to think to have that on HD though, ooh. But those thoughts aside though, honestly, that's the reason why I feel like Skyward Sword would be a standalone release. Then you bundle together, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and then you bundle together Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. I feel like that's how they will handle all the 3D Zeldas. Now, also with 2D Zeldas, I feel like there's a very good chance, as in the same avenue as Mario 35, I feel like there's probably going to be some kind of a Switch online focused game that deals with Zelda. I don't know if the Battle Royale format will actually work very well for Zelda, but honestly, I feel like they're going to do something and try to do it with the online service, though. I'm not sure how, creative Nintendo can get with a 2D Zelda trying to incorporate with a bunch of different people like that, though. But we will see. And then probably have some special different amiibos and stuff that are launching like that. You obviously have your merchandise, have your tie-overs and stuff. I feel like they can go out within the same avenue as Mario. It might not be as big, but I think it'll be big enough for Nintendo fans, and especially for Legend of Zelda fans, to be able to eat that stuff up. But I feel like that's the biggest focus for 2021 with Nintendo and their Legend of Zelda stuff. You have that, you also have Super Mario 3D World, and I think for the most part that's your biggest things in terms of Nintendo IPs. But don't get me wrong, I feel like there might be a chance that we could get a new Donkey Kong Country game. Hopefully, fingers crossed, please Nintendo, make it happen. People have been begging Mario Kart 9. I'm just gonna put that down. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is still selling. Why in the world would you drop another one out right now? It would be nice if they did though, but honestly, at this point in the game, you made so much from 8 Deluxe, they might just be holding off those ideas and trying to, they've been cooking that Mario Kart 9 in the oven for a very long time. They're probably gonna be ready to drop that with it, the next whatever comes after the Switch. Not like no Switch Pro or nothing like that. That could be rumored to come out in 2021. Still kind of on the fence whether or not that will actually happen, but it seems like more things are kind of pointing for that to be true though. But honestly, I think that Mario Kart 9 will probably be whatever comes after the Switch though. And I think that's about it in terms of, any other first party games I could possibly think of that might be coming in 2021. Obviously, I feel like we might have a new IP that might come out. That's never out of the question. And a lot more other different stuff that, it probably would take us forever to actually try to predict and make sure, or try to predict and see if we can actually get whatever IP that Nintendo has already. Shoot, for all we know, they could drop out a new F-Zero game in 2021 and no one would have saw that coming, but I would much greatly appreciate it though. But I think that's basically all I have to talk about on this list in terms of other games I wanted to predict. Now lastly is the little things I want to talk about that are rumored, and it mainly only deals around Capcom, and that is with the Ace Attorney series, because apparently Capcom has had a major leak happen recently, and a lot of different games have been having window release schedules for when certain games could come out from their company, whether it be Street Fighter or Ace Attorney, and the list kind of goes on and on and on. However, the thing I wanted to focus on mostly was the Ace Attorney series, because it has been rumored, or could be leaked, is a little bit of confirmed information though. We don't know if it's necessarily confirmed yet, so I'll go with the word rumor for now though, that the Great Ace Attorney 1 and 2 could be coming over to the Nintendo Switch. And now with those two games, they've been stuck over there in Japan all this time, and never seen the light of day of it being localized and brought to the West until what could be now. So if these games come over to the West, it'll be muchly and greatly appreciated for all Ace Attorney fans alike, because with these two games, it goes with the story of Phoenix Wright's great ancestor from way back in the day, was solving cases and stuff within Japan when, you know, detective work wasn't really a big thing back then, but, you know, he even, you know, focused within Japan, even went to parts of Europe, even teamed up with Sherlock Holmes, and, you know, there's a lot of good stuff within those games though, so I really kind of, you know, that really kind of piqued my curiosity and stuff, so that could be coming out within the year of 2021. That's what they had it slated for that rumor though. And then also, that might not be all for Ace Attorney content. We might be also getting, you know, Ace Attorney trilogies 4, 5, and 6 all put together, in which, gosh dang, it'll be about time, because we have the original trilogy 1, 2, and 3 on the Switch. If we can have 4, 5, and 6, I'm like, heck to the yes. It'll probably motivate me more to go back and finish 3, because I think I was somewhere on that first trial though. And then, oh, the big news right here. And Ace Attorney 7 could be coming out in the year of 2021. Now that right there, oh shoot, I'll be so ready for that. And I'm like, please Capcom, please, like this will be the great resurrection of the Ace Attorney series. And if you want to pull a whole bunch of people up in there, this is the way to do it. Remaster, or not remastering, but basically porting over and localizing the great Ace Attorney 1 and 2, bringing over an Ace Attorney trilogy of 4, 5, 6 maybe, and then bringing up the new Ace Attorney 7. Oh man, you got me sold right there though. And then also, I'd also look down here at my notes, and I know there's a couple other things I got to talk about real quick, because Detective Pikachu, I have an awfully good feeling that might be coming out, you know, within this next year. Also, Pokemon Snap, or new Pokemon Snap. I always want to say Pokemon Snap 2, but new Pokemon Snap, I feel like that game could be coming out. I think, honestly, that's going to be a summer game. And then, you know what, every year we do have, you know, some kind of a Pokemon game or something related Pokemon that will come out that's sort of kind of closer to mainline. And you know what, we had way back, you know, not last year, or not this year, but last year, back in 2019, we had, you know, Pokemon Sword and Shield come out. Then in 2020, then we had the DLC that came out for Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra. Now I feel like we're probably moving away from Sword and Shield, and you know what? It all comes down to whether it's the Let's Go games or if it's a remake. And honestly, since the last, you know, the last game we had was Core, the game before that was the Let's Go games, I think it's finally about time that we can get the DP remakes, because I feel like enough time has gone by. I hadn't been begging for these things or anything like that though, because I always know the general trend with the Pokemon company and stuff, but based upon everything I see now would be the time to hit those Diamond and Pearl remakes. Say what you want to say about the Pokemon company or whatever though, but Diamond and Pearl, those were the first games I actually owned for myself. I own Fire Red, Leaf Green, Emerald, or not Leaf Green, Fire Red and Emerald, and basically shared that with my brother though, but Diamond was the first Pokemon game I owned for myself, so I really do want to see that game come out for the Switch. And oh shoot, to think that my remake game could be coming out on the Switch and I can play that in dock mode, oh shoot, yes, yes, yes. Alright, so that's basically all I have to say in terms of everything I feel like that, you know, has already been announced to come out for 2021, or has a window frame of 2021, or what I think could be coming out based upon rumors or predictions or my own kind of speculated you know, things that I feel like, you know, we have enough evidence in the past that could support, you know, certain games coming out within the year of 2021. So that's basically all I have to say within this video though, but y'all gotta let me know down in the comment section down below, did I miss a certain game that, you know, that is, you know, really important that could be coming out in 2021. Obviously I couldn't hit everything within here that I could possibly want to, such as like Rune Factory 5 or that, you know, Disgaea 6. You know, those games are coming out as well. I didn't mention them as well though, but we do have those confirmed out coming out in 2021 though. So stuff like that, just let me know down in the comment section down below, what are you most excited for and looking for 2021, whether it be first party games or third party games coming out for the Nintendo Switch. So if you really like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that bell to stay up to date on all things video game related that I feel like discussing, y'all. So remember y'all, until whatever video I make next, see y'all.